YouTube. It's your boy Trevor back again with another video. And today, we're going to be talking about the Titans rebuild, how I would handle it. Now, the last 3 years, the Titans has been... it's words can't even describe it, to be honest with you. 2019, they went to the AFC Championship game, then after that, first round exit, then after that, second round exit. It's been all over the place, to be honest with you. Now, we're just going to focus on the last 2-3 years. We're going to talk about the, Arthur Smith and him going to the Falcons. Then that led to the Titans get tied down. Now, when the Titans got tied down, everybody doubted that. Nobody really believed in Todd Downing, and it just led to a very, very depressing offense because the last 2 years has been very, very bad. And this year, it reared its ugly head to the fullest extent. We was doing high school trick plays. Like, the offense is just run pass. You got AJ Brown going on podcasts addressing how they don't change it up. That's horrible. That's horrible. You're not an NFL level offensive coordinator if that is the case. You have to adjust. I don't care who you are. You have to adjust. If you're a passing team, you have to learn how to run the football. If you're a running team, you definitely gonna have to learn how to pass the football. You probably gotta lean to more, because especially if you're known for that, you definitely gonna have to lean to essentially your weakness. So yeah, last year they let. First off, let's talk about John Robinson, because John Robinson is the main reason why we're here today. Now, his mishandling of certain picks, like Isaiah Wilson, you can say Caleb Farley to an extent because he hasn't been consistently on the field. Who else? You can say Dylan Ruiz, even though the coaching staff didn't really give him a chance either. And especially, and it's not even a draft pick, especially the mishap of we can trade AJ Brown. Like, it was no reason for him to go wrong in this situation. He had AJ Brown where he wanted him. Where else he was going to go? He wasn't a free agent. You didn't have to trade him at all. You could wait out his contract or just give him the money he was asking for. It's simple as that. 20 million shouldn't have been that much. Even the owner was willing to pay money to make this franchise a contender. So we in a state of no man's land right now, and this roster is not looking good right now. They just got through making cuts not too long ago with Zach Cunningham, Randy Bullock, who else? Robert Woods, and that's about it for right now. And the trade for Robert Woods and expecting him and Traylon Burks to be like just make up the black hole AJ Brown left on his roster was nuts. That was not realistic at all. We definitely need more power, more explosiveness in this receiving core. Now, it's also unfortunate that Kyle Phillips was hurt all season, so that messed up a lot. They didn't trade for receiving because they was expecting Kyle Phillips and others to be back. And yeah, it just didn't go well for Robert Williams because the role he was placed in was not good for him, especially he's 30 years old and can't come up and say, like, let's get real, alright? So yeah, and there's a possibility Ryan Tannehill might get traded. It's a possibility Derrick Henry might get traded. And the year after this, we're gonna have a bunch of cap space to work with. So yeah, this is how I would rebuild the Titans. So with the first Titans pick in the draft, right? I have 3 options at this pick. The first one is obvious one. It's going to be Paris Johnson. Now Paris Johnson could be that cornerstone left tackle that Taylor won. Who got cut? I couldn't think of the other person, but it was Taylor one who got cut. He got 2 major knee injuries out of the last 3 years for him. He been out of cornerstone left tackle for a decade. Now it's time to go into that next decade with Paris Johnson. Now, if he don't be there at 11, well, here's number 2. And it's going to surprise some folks. I would go with Devon Witherspoon. Now, I see him marked from 8 to 15. Now, if he's around this area, I believe it would be in the best interest of the Titans to get their CB1. Now, not trying to say Christian Fulton hasn't been productive for the Titans. He's been very productive. But it just feels like he's a high-end number 2. That's what it feels like. And the DBs this year, Roger McCreary, Christian Fulton, Caleb Farley for a stretch, and we had not Elijah Mitchell, what's his name? I forgot the last name, Mitchell. And it just was bad out there. They look lost out there at times. The only positive part about our defense last year was definitely the defensive line. Our DBs just kept getting mauled, didn't know how to pinpoint the ball. That's why you get a guy like Devon Witherspoon at 2. Now at 3, it's 50-50 for me. I don't know who the Titans, value more, but I have Jordan Addison and I have Jackson Smith-Njigba. Now, the reason why I'm so split on this, because Jordan Addison is definitely a playmaker. He's definitely one of the best receivers in this class, but he has concerning reps against press coverage. And now that can scare some teams off. That's scaring me off a little bit, but that could definitely be developed because he's a young receiver. Not like he's like a 24 or 25-year-old receiver, coming to the league. Now, that would be very concerning, but he's a young player. He's going to figure out that Jackson Smith-Njigba, his injury history is just very questionable. And teams didn't play them in press coverage a lot. Now, I think they said he still did okay against press coverage, but they not sure how it's going to translate since he barely faced it in college. Now, as I was recording this video, I thought about a 4th option, and that is Christian Gonzalez. Now, the reason why Christian Gonzalez will be a good option for the Titans, we just picked up defensive backs coach Chris Harris from the Washington Commanders, and they said he like big, fast, strong DBs. Christian Gonzalez fits that bill. Now, the thing is, him and Caleb Farley play just alike. They big, fast DBs, but they don't trust their speed, and they don't trust themselves in press coverage. Those are very similar, traits, and I would be somewhat confused. Are you getting the same type of DB? But I can understand, for Chris Harris and what he envisioned DB. So for the Titans' 2nd round pick, I also have 3 options for this pick. Now, the first one is going to be a wide receiver. Since we're going to pick an offensive lineman, well, that's the hope at least, with the first round pick, we're going to try to go after the receiver. And I've been hearing his name drop a lot in the draft. He was supposed to be one of the best receivers in the draft. His name is Keyshawn Boutte. Now, this guy, he a good separator. Now, there's things he got to work on, and the reason why he's dropping is because he was getting into it with coaches and stuff, apparently. So I don't know if that's true or not. I'm gonna say allegedly behind it because I'm not sure. But yeah, that's who I would go with. I would try to look for a receiver around that area. Okay, now my second option, if we can't get a wide receiver, I would say we have to go out the edge And this edge is Will McDonald. Now, if he's still here, you have to take him. Will McDonald is one of the best athletes in the draft. It's something you can't teach that. Since the Titans already released Bud Dupree, they going to need somebody else. And matter of fact, Denico Autry getting older, he might be gone. Who else? I think we was employing like Mario Edwards. Like, that's not sustainable. So if you get Will McDonald, you definitely gonna be solidified in the front seven. And then with Terrell Williams as D-line coach, he one of the best in the league. So he definitely gonna refine his technique. Now with this third option, I've been thinking about this because I wasn't sure. But yeah, I believe I came to it. Now, if this offensive tackle is still here, I would get DeJuan Jones. I would do it. If those first two options is already off the board, I would definitely consider getting DeJuan Jones. DeJuan Jones, he's a freak athlete. That man is huge. That man is a tank. He got long arms. Of course, his technique is going to be, not refined, but that's okay. You get somebody that can dominate the run game. He can dominate the pass game, especially when he get hands on you. That's something you're going to need. And then, that's going to definitely help bolster the Titans offensive line. Now, it's going to have some questions on where the MPL going to slide in that, but hey, competition is competition. Now, for the Titans' third round pick, this probably going to be the last time I give out options as well. And I've been seeing this dude named just 4 round all over the place. Some view it as a late first rounder, some view it as a day 2 pick. And folks just not sure. And this guy is Eli Ricks. Eli Ricks, the corner from Alabama, 6'2", that fits Chris Harris' bill as a prototype corner. 6'2", big, strong, fast. He can definitely cover. Now, it probably gets sticky at times, but he definitely would be great value for any team, especially if he fall to the third round with folks projected. This is great value, and you would not go wrong with Eli Ricks, especially the way the Titans, they run a lot of core coverage. And last year we had, like I explained earlier, our DB depth was just bad. Just bad. Elijah Molden was hurt all season. We had somebody named Mitchell. We got him off the practice squad. He started right away over Caleb Farley. And it was just bad all around. But yeah, with this pick, you definitely gonna solidify your options at DB. Now for my second choice, I'd say it would be a safety right here, and that would be Jordan Bell, his teammate from Alabama. Now, the reason why I would get a safety at this pick is because, Kevin Byard is getting older, and his contract is pretty expensive right now. That's going to be up to the Titans of whether they want to extend him, give him a restructure, or what. Because his cap hit right now is $19 million. Now, whether that's Kevin Byard's choice or he want to stay a Titan forever, we don't know. And he's getting up there in age. You definitely gonna need another safety, and Jordan Bell can fit that build. Well, not as quite, but you get what I'm saying. The third round, this is the final choice. This is my third option for this pick, and I would go with Parker Washington. Now, the reason why I would go with Parker Washington, if you don't get a receiver in the second or first, you definitely gonna need to go for somebody like Parker Washington. He's a good slot guy. He can definitely one of the best contested catches in the draft. I think he behind Josh Downs, if I'm correct. Yeah, you go after guys like that, and we most likely gonna need more physicality and speed on the roster, since Mike Vrabel has already expressed his interest in getting more speed on this roster. I know it sounds gonna start with the options, but in this fourth round pick, I just thought about different different people, to draft at this pick. And the position is tight end and linebacker. Now, the reason I go with linebacker because we're not sure we're going to extend David Long. I would love to have David Long back, but I'm not sure if the Titans are going to extend him. So you need to look for another linebacker for the future. Now, if he stays, you don't necessarily need a linebacker, but he definitely be a great counterpart to David Long. And I might as well just say his name, Henry Toto. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to be here at this pick. I believe this is a little late for him. He's a great player. He can stop the run, a great tackler. Now, of course, there's going to be, some, weakness to his game. But that's with everybody, of course. They say he don't know how to get off the block well, especially in a QB spot situation. It happens. So that's something, NFL coaches going to have to develop into, how to get off blocks quicker. It just happens. Now, with the tight ends, you can do either or this pick. I can tell you that much. That's if they still here, because that's how good they are. Darnell Washington or Luke Musgrave. Now, the reason why you would go with Darnell Washington, he's definitely a vertical threat. He's a run blocker as well. So that's even more enticing for the Titans to do it. And yeah, he just not no just slow foot Jeff Swain or nothing. He can fly. Now I'm not saying he can like 4-4 speed fly. I'm not saying that, but for a tight end, he can definitely fly. Now, this other tight end is Luke Musgrave. Now, don't expect too much blocking from Luke Musgrave. I tell you that right now. He's basically like a slot receiver. He's the tight end that only just, once he in the game, just put in your nickels in because it's a pass. That's how much of a vertical threat he is and non-existent as a blocker. So, yeah, those are the options I would go with the fourth round. So I previously said round 4 of the last portion of this video. I actually meant round 5 because we traded the 4th round pick either to the Falcons for Julio or for it was definitely, it had to be for the Falcons. So with the 6th pick, now I'm not doing no trade, so the Titans can, they can end up with a 4th round pick, but I'm not doing no trades here. So yeah, with the 6th round pick, now this receiver, his stock might skyrocket. It depends on how he tested the combine because they said the Senior Bowl he did good. That's Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson will be a good X receiver. Now of course, he's not gonna be something that's all-out talent. But if he can create separation off the line, that's all the Titans really need. Yeah, because the receiving core, it's in flux right now. Like I said, we don't know. It's to be determined, to be honest. So, yeah, I'll definitely go with Michael Wilson right here. Now, if this other receiver is still here, I would draft him with a heartbeat. And that's A.T. Perry. A.T. Perry is 6'5" receiver. He probably not the fastest, but for his size, he definitely fast. So, in his run after catch ability is definitely gonna be needed. So yeah, those are the 2 receivers I would go after if I'm the Titans. So yeah, for this last pick, I would definitely go after running back. And since the 49ers still to this day go after running backs late round, I believe Ron Carthon, I don't know why I'm always butchering his name. I gotta get his name right. But yeah, the new Titans GM, if I'm him, I would go after these 4 or 5 running backs. I would go after Zach Evans, the running back for Ole Miss. I would go after Roschon Johnson, that's Bijan Robinson's backup in Texas. I would go after Deuce Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn is somebody you would get if Derrick Henry come back, because I don't think he's going to be an every down back. And especially if Derrick Henry going, you're going to need running back by committee. So, yeah, that's going to be tough. And that was 3, right? Damn, I'm missing somebody. Oh, and that running back I saw in the Senior Bowl, Kenny McIntosh. I seen the highlights. He pretty shifty. That Senior Bowl clip I saw, he's a good pass protector. So yeah, I would definitely do that. And yeah, that's gonna wrap up the Titans draft. Let me know what you guys think. And now let's go to free agency. Since the Titans already released Taylor Wood, Robert Woods, Jack Cunningham, and Bullock, I believe they can still free up some money, and it's probably going to have to come with the expenses. One of the key guys for the Titans. Now, I don't know who that's going to be, but yeah, somebody going to have to go. Now, because Jeffrey Simmons, he commanded a big bag, and he's definitely the main priority. So, yeah, ESPN, they project Jeffrey Simmons' contract to be 5 years, $110 million, with $70 million guaranteed. Now, if the Titans don't do that, they should be in the ballpark around like 4 years, 80+ million, 85 to 90 million. It should be around that area if they don't give him the full 5 years. But they definitely should be inclined to give him 20+ million, especially since he been improving each season. The only reason his production dropped off the last season because of injury. So, yeah, you have to give him that money. He's a premier defensive tackle. Now, if the Titans don't draft for offensive lineman, and that's one of the most important positions in football, you definitely going to have to take a flyer on one of these guys. And the guys I'm talking about is Isaiah Wynn and Andre Dillard. Now, both have struggled with major injuries. Both still have some potential that needs to be unlocked. They in their mid-20s. It should be just fine. Just take a flyer, take like a $8 million deal, and not go and try to pay double figures, like 10, 11 mil to like Mike McGlinchey. That would not make no sense at all. Since he's like an average tackle at best, I'd rather try to get somebody that's, trying to prove it, a 1 year prove it deal. Then we're going to see how they going to fit into next season if they outperform that deal. I really would want a receiver in free agency, but there's not really too much out there. DJ Chark, I know he's not going to play on a proven deal, but I wouldn't give him no type of long-term money. Juju Smith and Jacoby Myers, those two are going to look for big deals because they outperform their current deal. And McCole Hardman, a team might overpay for him. I'm not sure. But if he's looking for a big deal, he's just not trying to decide anything right now. A proven deal for him, that would be interesting. There's also a chance we could trade for Quez Watkins, who haven't lived up for the Eagles. And really, that's it. And Al Lazar, I'm not too sure about him. He was looking for a deal, but I wouldn't do that. He a good blocker receiver, but folks saying he put on stats because of Aaron Rodgers, that's not a good look. So, yeah, that's what I would do in free agency. I wouldn't do nothing too crazy. I would say that for next season. And yeah. And also, they said Robbie Gould going to be available. You throw somebody at him. He's way better than Bullock. There's no telling he probably already live in Nashville. And if not, Kill go try to inform him about the Nashville lifestyle. But I digress. If you guys new, like, comment, and subscribe. And this is your boy Gerald, and I'm out.